Welcome back. So in this video, we will still continue to work on creating the settings for the footer. So regarding the bottom footer here, I think I'm gonna make it or create it as a block. Okay, so we can add these links much easier. So we're gonna have a block for the menu, a block for this currency, and a block for the image, and the block for this text here. Perfect. Let's go. All right. So for the settings, I think we're done. So I can reduce this part. And let me now create the blocks. So let's go and create the blocks, and the blocks text object. So remember, I say I want to create blocks for the menu, so like for all these three, and the blocks for this currency. This menu is gonna come from the Shopify admin, so it's going to be dynamic, and we're gonna have a block for this payment image, and we're going to have a block of text for this text on the footer bottom. Okay, so let's go quickly. So the first one I'm going to create is going to be for the menu. So I'm gonna say type is going to be, let's give it a name first of all. A name here is going to be, let's say footer navigation or footer menu, and the type here, it could be either, because there is like many ways you can use this block. You can use this block to inject data from an application. So in this case, you're gonna use this app, okay, or this theme. If you go for app here, you're gonna see a text. So the app type is used to denote that this container accepts app block. Okay, so app blocks enable app developer to create blocks for merchants to add app content to their theme without having to directly edit the theme. Okay, and then you have the theme. So the theme denotes that this container accepts theme blocks that lives in the blocks folder of the theme, which is like this one, the block folder, which is like this one. Okay, so what we're doing for now is just creating blocks, and we're gonna give the type here to be a handle of the name that we created just on top. So it's going to be footer name. All right, so then it's going to accept a limit, so I will give it to be 1. Okay, so then we're gonna have a settings, and I will leave it like this for now. All right, so if I save it, let me check my terminal. I have no error, and if I go back to my development store, and as you can see, we have this add footer menu, and it's coming from this name here because we have so far just one block. So if I click here, is going to well, now we're gonna say nothing, but is already picking the first block here. Let me remove it. So let's create another block. So just let's put a comma, and let's add the block here. So again, we're gonna give it a name, and this time we're gonna call it, because I'm checking this one, so I'm gonna call it currency. So let's call this one currency. We're gonna give it a type, and the type is going to be currency as well, and we want to limit it just to 1. Okay, and then we're gonna give it a settings and leave it like this for now. So I'm going to save it. If I go back here, let's save here and reload, and you see the text even change. Now we have add block. So if I click on it, now we have choice between the footer menu and the currency, and it's picking the names. Okay, not the type, it's picking the names. So we have currency here, and we have footer menu. Okay, and again, you can create a blocks for also application. We're gonna see more of that on other videos. Perfect. So let's create now a block for this payment here. So I'm gonna come below here, add a comma, and again the same process. Give it a name, and we're gonna call this one payment. Okay, let's call it payment. Let's give it a type. I'm gonna give it type of payment, and it will accept a limit of 1, and the settings so far we leave it empty. And let's add lastly these links below here. So if account is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's create another block, give it a name, and the name is going to be, let's call it footer bottom menu. I'm running out of name, sorry. So the type is going to be footer bottom menu. Let's say text. Okay, let's add the text here, and here the limit, I'm gonna make it to be 5 because we have 5 text here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I will give it a limit of 5, and I will give it a settings, and I will leave it empty for now. All right, so I'm gonna save it. And if I go check our development store, we're going to have now, if I click on add block, we're going to have like these blocks here for the footer menu, for the currency, for the payments, and for the footer bottom menu text, the one below here. All right, so I'm gonna stop right here, and on the next video we're going to apply those settings to our footer.